Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV Class and Job Quest series. Last time we started the Rogue, which turns out is probably the longest of all the FF14 class quest lines. Seriously, every other video I've managed to make it, one video to get all the way from level 1 to level 30 for the classes. This one, I had to stop. I had to stop at 15. It was already an hour long, and we were already gonna do like the first half. We were only level 15. Hello. Hi, airship. Hang on a second. Let's adjust. There we go. But no, we're doing good. These are taking way longer to get out than I want. It's basically just the real world's beating me like a drum right now. It does not help either that in less than a week, I will be on the other side of the country for my weekly summer vacation, which means I can't post anything for a week. So I'm trying to get this done beforehand. Then I'll have my week-long vacation, then we'll come back, I'll figure out what to play next. I'm thinking the new Star Fox, because I haven't played this Star Fox series since, I want to say Command was the last Star Fox I played? No, I played the 64 remake on the DS. I never played Zero, because let's be honest, Zero was terrible. I felt so bad for the series when it came out. But I'm very curious to see what the new cutscenes, the new controls, what all that adds. That's gonna probably be a lot of fun. But I won't be able to get to it until after my vacation. And that one definitely will not be a blind LP, simply because, I've played Star Fox 64 to the ground. It was probably one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games. I think it was actually my first. No, it was my second. No, I think it actually legitimately was like one of the first games I had. It was phenomenal. It's a blast. The other thing, y'all suggested I should try a Captain Jack Sparrow voice for Jackie? That's going to be interesting because I don't know if I can do a passable Captain Jack Sparrow, but I will attempt it. I do not promise to succeed, but I promise to attempt. Anyway, our first level 20 quest. Actually, I think it's our only level 20 quest. I think we only have a duplicate of 30 at this point. So level 20, Grinners in the Mist. Been practicing your dance steps, Dekumon, because we're about to ready to run rings around Captain Malala and her swans. The Yellow Jackets have been pressing their investigations into the treasures what cloyed from the Maelstrom tub. But as you know, we've got our own network of coves. We don't miss not what the goings on about town. It's getting there. We're getting there. I'll figure it out. It might metamorphosize into something completely different, but we'll see. As for the sharp end of the job, it'll be you, me, Underfoot, and the Stray. Let's get down to business, eh? Alright. The kept say to the feast, so I'll just make sure we're all on the same page for the now. When you get down to it, we have two goals for this job. Bite back them 3 treasures, and mill the coves what cloyed them in the first place. You can be sure as that the Yellow Jackets sure will be doing their damnedest to beat us to the marks. And seeing as the fate of the guild is at stake, we'd best not drag our do-beaters on this one. I'll say we grab them baubles before she's even lifted anchor, and give her a proper reason to rage against us rogues. Well, if that's the case, then I might as well give Underfoot the old Jackie voice. You seem awful keen on this contest all of a sudden, Jackie. Oh, well, here's the thing. I sent me a grievance to the Tholocracy regarding the Shrew's challenge, but them paper shufflers don't care a whit, as long as one of us gets the job done. So I figured I'd sail with the wind rather than against it. Besides, we wouldn't want to shirk our duties as false poor Captain Malala to blunder about in the scary darkness now, would we? Not very gentlemanly of you. Well, them's the calls we've been dealt, ain't they? Now stow your quips and let's hear what you've learned about them bloody treasures already, Why the treasures? According to the manifest of that Maelstrom vessel, we're looking to bite back the Cerulean Star, the Civil Sorrows, and something called the Black Sarcophagus. That one sounds nasty. Okay. Aside from the fancy names, I was able to whittle a few more details. The Cerulean Star, for starters, is a big old blue diamond which shines like a star, I suppose. Then we got the Silver Sorrows, a pair of earrings that once graced the wattles of a Sultan of Udar. There's a tale there, but one what don't concern us at present. I see this Black Sarcophagus thing. I'm afraid that one's made of a mystery no matter how much I poked and prodded at it. Any case, All 3 of these trinkets are recorded as spoils from official privateering raids. As you know, a pirate usually sell this plunder through a reliable fence. Sometimes, though, holding an auction is the only way to offload goods what's too extravagant, or just too bleeding rare for the average cull to deal in. All 3 wondrous treasures fell into the auction-only category. When the bidding began in Airport, the Thalocracy weighed in with its ample purse, made some unmatchable offers, then organized a tub for the merchandise to be shipped back to Limsa. And that's where our marks swooped in and picked their transport clean. Yep. I made a few words with them maelstrom sailors to survive the attack, and I pointed the finger at the Grinners curs. Problem is, not one cull's seen hide nor hair of the curs, not to mention their bloody ships since the raid. Ah, that must be, the cab.
Sorry I'm late, Jackie. But you want to hear this? Some of the cargo what was cleared from the transport was just found during a routine inspection at the Thongren checkpoint.
A Thongren? Have the curse made landfall then? And what are the treasures? Any mention of them?
And not that I heard, but the jackets ain't done shaking out all the boxes yet.
Then we better go eyes there quick like. Dekumon, underfoot. You fresh for a run, ain't ya? I mean, and I am. Looks like Underfoot's willing and raring to go too.
Come on, Colt. I'll race you out to the checkpoint.
Well, you'll beat me there, because I know how game mechanics work. Well, here's the spot. What are we looking for?
I won the race. Owe me a pint, Dekumon. Japes aside, though. Looks like the kid was right about the cargo. From what I've been able to catch from their swords at the gate, it seems a peddler was bound for carrying goods what was known to be aboard that transport. They guarded the pole sort of way in chains, but the cargo itself is still here. I saw a pair of jackets carrying buckets up that wooden ramp. We need to know what's in them crates. I get the feeling they won't open their gates for the accent, though. Not all this fool challenge is going on. You think you could skulk over there and see if they found them treasures yet?
Okay, use hide to gather information at the checkpoint. I see the spot they want me to go. Zip. Oh, I see. Right? Excuse me, I'm gonna cheat a little here. There we go. 2 yellow jacket soldiers are inspecting the seized cargo. Approach them equipped with hide and attempt to listen in. As soon as it comes off cooldown. Okay. The other jackets are discussing the contents of the crates. That's all junk. No diamond, no earrings, no bloody black sarcophagus, whatever the hell that is. Looks like we'll have to learn hard on that skinny peddler to find them treasures. Sergeant says the merchant's still pleading ignorance. Claims he was hired to carry the goods through the checkpoint and not else. What a pile of burgleshoy. I'm guessing the pirates have split the cargo and are trying their luck at every checkpoint. Captain Malone has already given orders to double the guard and inspect every cotton wagon that comes through. Interesting. Not particularly useful, but interesting.
So they found naught of value, eh? Bennett, thought we lost the contest before we'd even properly started. But be that as it may, something don't add up here. Why would you order a cull to carry the goods through the checkpoint? No smuggler's that daft, surely. And even if by some miracle the goods go squirm through the Thongren without raising a fuss, why would you risk taking merchandise back to the city which you cloyed it from? No, there's a bigger picture here, and we need to take a step back and see it. Assuming the curse hired this peddler to do their dirty work, there'll be someone in the shadows that brokered the deal. And I just happen to know a cove what makes it his business to oversee these kinds of shady arrangements. Thing is, this black marketeer bloke changes his holds depending on how the breeze blows. Quite literally, in fact. I seem to recall the navigator's veil being shifted by a westerly this morning, so that put him... Ah! Till his rest. Nice and close. Why don't we go ask him a few questions before we head back to the guild? Oh, so the guy works off of a boat. It's not surprising. This is the spot, but I was expecting this guy to be on an actual boat. I pride myself on my memory for faces, but yours is unknown to me. Are you an earnest customer, or an inquisitive annoyance? I was sure of your intentions. Really? Alright. Goodbye.
Are we sure of my intentions now, sir?
Oh, the dance is old, but the name is new. Put away your daggers, rogue. I peddle my wares to your kind since the uproar thieves stalked the night. Speak, what would you have of this humble merchant?
Still don't torment the cults, eh, Grandad? We got information on a smuggling job.
Granddad?
There was this here peddler that was caught at the Lotharan checkpoint moving merchandise for the Grinning Curs. Pleaded innocence even when you had the screws put to him. You wouldn't know all about that deal now, would you?
Every last sort of detail, of course. Not a single grain of stolen sand passes through the shadows without my knowledge. But such prickly wisdom lodges tightly in one's throat. What have you brought to ease the pain of its passage?
Spare me the theatrics, Grandad. Here's the usual purse.
The sum is paid. The deal is made. May my answers sate your fickle hunger. Your hapless peddler was indeed innocent. He was but a beast of burden employed by associates of the Grinning Curse, and likely knew naught of his freight's tainted nature. A pawn, if you will, a convenient decoy. There are those amongst my acquaintances who specialize in providing such services.
Ah, that's what I thought. The Curs wanted that call to get caught. And now the jackets they had a taste. They'll waste the time yapping every shark by what comes through their checkpoints. Meanwhile, the real treasures are hidden away in the Darkmans, along with the Grinning Curs.
Not the Darkmans, Master Rogue. The Mist.
The Mist?
Aside from the traveling merchant, the Curse associates have spent coin on another piece for this little game. A navigator. One who has practiced in piloting a vessel through the Doxy's pool.
A Doxy? The gods know only how many ships have sailed into that fog soup and never come out again. And that's where you say the Curs have gone to ground. Now there's a trick with ducks and bollocks. Once that haunted tub was sitting dinner in the mist though, it would have been easy to have those associates of theirs ferry the junk goods on the Nosha. Didn't the Kenny Coast just needed to wait for the peddler to get boned and draw the glazes of the Yellow Jacket inland? We need to strike now. As soon as they learn the coast is clear, definitely for open waters.
A fair appraisal of events. Now that you know the location of your marks, however, it will not be so difficult to track them down. The Doxy's pool was once an impenetrable shroud, but ever since the Calamity, the mists are far less constant. Narrow your search to the heaviest banks, and you will soon uncover those who wish to remain unseen. But now a warning. The mists conceal other dangers besides the dogs you seek. A careless step may land you upon the chopping block.
The chopping block? You can't mean... Seems I found myself another lead to look into. You hurry on back to Jackie and tell her what we learned so far, okay?
Alright. Alright, Jackie, I'm back.
About time, lad.
You was gone so long, almost left the stray after you. What happened to Underfoot?
He's alright, he's just looking.
So our marks and the bitten baubles are snug inside the Toxie's pool, eh? I'm not to scamp the old man's warning, but we may not have a better chance to crash the Curs and grab all them treasures. We're aboard this ship right now. You, me, and Vakeb. I suppose we'll be needing ourselves a tub for the voyage. All I've wids was censored and see what the dry dogs can spare us by way of a ship and a reliable crew. Get your kit together and meet us there.
I'm about to get another duty calls.
My goodness.
Like I said, longest freaking class quest line.
My god, I was right.
Another duty calls. This is our third one and we haven't even made it to Ninja yet.
Alright, Dekumon. I pulled in some favors, and there's a crew will get us close enough to scamper aboard the cursed vessel. It'll be cramped up on that deck. If we try to mill the whole lot at once, we'll soon find ourselves up against the rails. So go in quick and quiet, and try to knock them off a few at a time. Well, Coat, are you eager to test your sea legs?
I am indeed. That music does not bode well for our stealth encounter. That sounds like we're already neck deep in it. Alright. Right, no one has seen us so far, let's get to work. these two back here are yours, huh? I'm following the cab. You're done, sir. And now you're done. Oh, well, so much for hiding. I don't need to hide. There's too much shit going on in here. Get backstabbed, bitch. There's the captain. Got the growler off its chain. Oh, they've got a curl. That's mine. Get my barrier here. Really? The Keb has healing magic? I never knew that. Alright, Growler's done. Now for this asshole. Take another stun, bitch. As you can. And so much for the grinning curs. Well, that was by far the simplest of the duty calls we've had for Rogue.
Jackie, I found me one of them treasures. Unless there's another fist-sized blue diamond on board, it's gotta be the Cerulean Star. As for the other two baubles, I've tossed the cabins and been through the hold, ill by ill, but there's no else here.
Well, we found one at least.
Well, we'll just have to ask all sweet like then, won't we? Spit it out, cur. Where you keeping the rest of your treasures?
Oh, you'd think I'd spill me guts for the likes of you, Rogue.
Maybe you wouldn't at that. But what about this partner you're working with?
Okay, we don't need no partner.
So you telling me this was all your own idea? You woke up one day and decided you'd attack a maelstrom transport right off the coast of Airport, then disappear into the love and embrace of the Doc's pole? Not exactly your style now, is it? The Grinning Curs are too bleeding famous for being the crew who turn their snouts up at profiteering in favor of keeping to their old ways. You've only escaped the Yellow Jacket's grip this long by crawling on your bellies and snatching scraps what fell from the table. You ain't the type to sink your teeth into a Navy-owned vessel, no matter the prize.
Oh, well, maybe there ain't no profit in being cautious no more. The age of pirates is swift coming to an end. No one won't be stopped, not by a piddling little crew like mine. That's why we've thrown a lot in with the executioners.
Ah, crap. I know them.
That blue rock was just our share of the loot. The scraps from the table, like you said. You want them other trinkets and you'll have to take it up with our new mates.
One job at a time, lad. First, we need to get these stinking coves in their tub back to the docks.
Oh dear. Been a while since we've had to tangle with the executioners.
Gonna be fun. Putting aside the issue who gave the orders, there's no doubt that this was the coves as raided by the Maelstrom ship. Now for a punishment what fits the crime.
Oh, or you could show up again.
I was informed that a certain well-known pirate ship was spotted weighing anchor at the Morby dry docks. I assumed this was your work. Ah, you missed it in all the excitement, Captain. But never you mind. The Cerulean Star is back in Bob and our sneaky little fambles. And these must be the Grinning Curs. Degenerate fiends! How dare you ply your filthy trade in Luminson waters? How many innocent sailors were massacred that you might sate your vile avarice? Every one of your kind ought to be lined up and shot. A musket ball is the only answer for this rampant display of lawlessness. Wait. Do you mean to just execute me here on the bloody docks? At least take the buggers into custody first. Hand him over just for lawful punishment will satisfy the demands of the code just as well. We've already got the answers to our questions, so feel free to take him away. Do not presume to give me orders, rogue. You've only managed to capture these villains and their ill-gotten treasures by employing unsavory and unconscionable means. Why, you're not more than pirates yourselves.
These bastards ain't worth a true pirate's spit. The upright thieves are formed to protect us from ourselves. Now they're just hunting dogs with the Emerald. Merwolf yanks the leash, and another buccaneer disappears. You rogues are traitors to your own kind. If it hadn't been for you.
Oh, go on then. Blame me and the codes for your own failures. You knew what you was doing when you defied the code. You knew that we'd be after you. We're done here. There are still 2 treasures left, rogue, and I mean to claim them both. I've reconsidered this contest of yours, Captain. Turns out this fish we're trying to hook is a shark, and it might just swallow you whole.
I have a sneaking suspicion we're gonna end up having to save that captain by the end of this little quest line.
Better work on that ship, Dekumon. First blood is ours. How'd you take to fighting the sea? There are viewers can drop an opponent as quick as a rogue, but mind you don't exhaust yourself just flailing your blades at the top of coves. And that goes double for when your mates are on your flanks. If you notice yourself starting to flag, there's nothing wrong with pulling back from time to time and staggering your attacks with each other to keep the pressure on. I'll set it a full coat, but I'll need you sharp enough to carve steel for what's to come. I'm afraid this will be more of a challenge than even what that little shrew was bargaining for. That's assuming the curs went lying about the executioners. And the executioners are who I think they are. Twixt you and me, though, I'm hoping the name is just some laughable coincidence.
You mean the bloody executioners? Yeah, not... Again, we've seen them before, and, not fond of dealing with them.
Next up, Sweet Sorrows. Oh there, Dekumon. We've a rough job ahead of us, and that's a fact. Matters are tangled enough with what that Malala molt snapping at our heels, but we still managed to grapple the first trinket without too much fuss. Bought back them other 2 treasures, though. That'll be a different story. Once the stray gets here, I'll explain what, or more to the point who, we're up against. Alright, 2 bubbles left on the list. The Silver Sorrows and the Black Sarcophagus, whatever the hell that is. Let's see what we're at. Oi! Where'd Paramount got to? Underfoot? Oh, he's still looking to whittle the tail behind that bleeding sarcophagus. We'll not be calling that stickler until we have at least an inkling as to what the bloody thing looks like. Treasures aside, I've been doing some digging of my own into these executioner allies of the grinning curs, and I'm afraid the name weren't no coincidence. Dekumon, you've heard of the bloody executioners, I hope.
Yeah, I knew it. It had to be the bloody executioners.
It seems them curs was feeding on the fable of one of the nation's greatest pirate powers. This ain't no ordinary crew of cutthroats, lad. Within limits of Minsa, the bloody executioners wield a power and influence second only to the Admiral herself. It was none too fond of Merweb and her prohibition on piracy, and it was the overwhelming threat posed by the Garlean Empire what eventually convinced them to play nice with the Thalocracy. But pirates ain't one to play nice for long. Now that Hilfer ain't around to helm the ship, the solidarity of the bloody executioners begun to show cracks. All the strongest captains and lieutenants begun to form their own factions, and are scrabbling to claim the top chair for themselves. Of course, not one bloody cove can agree with another on which way the executioners ought to sail. Among these new factions, though, there's a group what is pushing to break free of the Admiral's script completely. Turns out these reformers, as they call themselves, was the ones that took the grinning curs under their wing.
So the executioners are factioning. Oh, that's not gonna be fun.
Which means they've got possession of the last 2 treasures we've yet to cloy. Rumors around town say that even for executioners, these coves are bloody and ruthless and not to be crossed. We should sit this one out, Jackie. Piss on Malala's contest. It ain't worth this kind of grief. We'd be inviting the wrath of a crew so large and dangerous that even the Admiral ain't keen on coming to blows with them. If they ever came after us... Large or small, it don't matter much. They broke the code when they hit that Maelstrom tub. Boy, the grinning curs are paying for that crime. We'd be poor sodding excuses for rogues if we let the real culprits carry on unpunished. I mean to see this job to the end, and that means biting back them treasures and handing out proper justice to them as deserves it. But Jackie!
Listen, with all the infighting going on at present, us stabbing a short blade into one faction's toe ain't like to bring the whole executioner crew down on our heads. Besides, them reformist buggers are so far split from the main mob that they've been avoiding the city altogether. Ah, so we may not have to go up against the main frickin' executioner squad. Now, it's about time we got to work. Dekumon, we're going to track down our black market contact. I set him to looking into the cursed new allies a while back, so he should have some answers for us by now. The veil was lifted by a southerly this morning. That'll put the old man at his haunt and lower the no-show. Here, take the sack of blunt and pay a visit to the House of Sticks. Gotta pay this guy off every time we want information, That's Kobold territory if you didn't know. The old man bribes them at all, and hires the biggest and meanest swords as bodyguards. Just be ready for your approach to be, well, challenged. Of course. Fine. I don't mind adding some kobolds to the body count. Alright, this is the spot. Of course, there's a fate going on right now. Oh. Ah, there's our hostiles. A 1, a 2, and a 3. You know, you're gonna run through a lot of bodyguards if I keep having to come back for more information there, buddy.
Welcome to the House of Sticks, young rogue. You must excuse my hireling's enthusiasm of greeting visitors. Now, have you any cumbersome baggage of which I might relieve you before we begin our conversation in earnest?
Yeah. Oh, look, the fate's done.
A heavy burden for one of your tender years to bear, but its weight has balanced the scales. The sum is paid, and the deal is made. Let us speak of these reformists.
Wait, is this the same guy? Yes, it is.
This faction is so wrong to the code now, seeks to peddle one of its stolen treasures, the earring better known as the Silver Sorrow. The deal, it is said, is set to take place at Costa del Sol. The buyer, a moneyed merchant from the Golden Sands of Uldar. The earrings will be out in the open, vulnerable. I would target the moment of transaction were I so inclined, as the gentleman up there by the cabin appears to be, for he purchased the self-same information. Eh? Though he attempts to hide his identity, the stench of a soldier yet lingers. I know not where one such he came to learn of my existence, but I suspect he works for a certain yellow-coated captain. Brave she is, but foolish. Stumble blindly to the underworld, and your groping hands will not save you from the hose at your feet. Sudden shall be her fall.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, Jackie. I think we're ready to go. Deliver all my info. Welcome back, Dekumon. What information did the old man have on them reformers? Looking to unload their mirrorings, are they? And to an old dawn, no less. Can't say I'm surprised to hear the bios from out of town. You won't find many Laminsons willing to melt coin on all them covers sell. And one of the daftest of swords who go about funding them as means to pull down the Admiral. Yeah, and then we also get to tell them about the soldier, too.
Eh? One of Malala's lackeys arrived at the house before you. How did they know to...
Bah, and curse we captured Mr. Cackle during the shroom's interrogations. We'll have to assume the Yellow Jackets know what we know, and that means we best get our asses to Costa del Sol right bleeding now.
I'll handle this one, Jackie. You and Dekumon can wait here for Paramoo.
I should probably go with her.
Oi, for Cap! What in the hell's is she playing at? After her lad, she knows this ain't a solo job.
Nah, but alright, at least Costa del Sol's easy to get to. You know, I was half expecting a duty calls here.
I told you to wait at the guild. I don't need... Well, it might be as I could use an extra cove in the shadows after all. Jackie has his mind set on punishing the executioners, but me? I just want to skulk in, coil himself a bets and skulk out. I reckon if I could manage that with no one the wiser, then they wouldn't know who to come after. Finish the job without drawing me daggers, you know? It ain't exactly true to the code, but the shield of underworld honor won't stop them bloody killers from cutting me mates' throats and setting their sisters a glimmer. The guild's the only place would offer to take in a pirate stray like me, and I'll not see it burned to the ground.
Aww.
The deal's about to start. See the wheel and get ready to head in.
Oh, there's our duty calls.
Alright, here's what we know. The rich merchant must come over from Uldar, some mate of Master Gergeruju, but Carl is owns Costa del Sol. Gigaruju's taken his guards and dancing tails and pranced off down the beach someplace, giving over the use of the entire resort to his friend. Seems she did more than audience for her bargain with the reformers. Which, as it happens, works out well for us. We'll wait until they're busy haggling over price, then snatch the sorrows and hop the twig before they realise what's amiss. Sound like a plan?
It does indeed sound like a plan. Whether it will work, well, that's another matter. So I half expect the Yellow Jackets to blow our cover.
There, the players have arrived. The reformers' corn counter and the Udon buyer are setting up on the southeast platform. The earrings ought to be nearby. Hang about. Where were all these other culls? The place was meant to be empty. I see some nicely looking blokes in Udon garb and... Are those mammoths? The merchants brought on a whole bloody entourage. I kinda got ahead of myself. I should have realised the job never be that easy.
We'll have to mill a few of them bodyguards first, I reckon. You don't want to fight through a forest of blades. Oh, that's Jackie. Yep.
Jackie! I thought you'd... Stow your excuses, love. I know full well what you're about. You start going soft on us so, and it'll be like losing one of my arms. I can't take on the bloody executioners all by myself, you know. It's only because I've got rogues like you, and Underfoot, and Dekumon even, here, that the guild can take on the jobs it does. When our coves walk the shadows, it's the bleeding pirates would do the trembling, not us. Remember that, Vakeb. We ain't some two-year robbers what piss their breeches when the daddles are caught in a honeypot. We're the knives of the Darkmans, and no bastard wants to go blade to blade with the likes of us.
Aww.
I see you've not changed your mind then. You'll need all the stabbers you can get, and I promise mine will be there when you need them. Better. Now, let's carve a path to that platform and bite back them earrings. Vakeb, you hide yourself down by the docks in case the marks escape during the fighting.
Okay.
Dekumon, me and you will split up and mill the guards as we go. It's them puppets that's concern me most. I suggest you crash them little buggers before they can spring any rum fun. Creep in as close as you dare and give them a good solid clap from behind. Oh, it ain't the most original strategy, but that don't make it any less lethal. Once you're done with the first group, sit back into the shadows and move on to the next. Not do it, eh?
Nope, hopefully.
I'll head over to the back while you start them from the front. Let's wrap this up before them jackets blunder in and scare off our mark.
Defeat the bodyguards. Slippity-doo-dah. And pop him on the head. Got shut down. Alright, I have a really edge at this level now. It's like I finally have my last piece of the combo. Back in we go. Hang on, I'm coming. Just gotta clean out the small fry first. Jackie's got a problem over here. Get security mammoth off Jackie first. Dude, this is a tank. What are you thinking? Alright, well, he's done. Alright, now for those earrings, exactly. Just gotta find them first. It's the next squad. Alright. Where are my earrings? Where are they? I don't see them anywhere. Kinda waiting for Jackie to get his ass up here so we can start the party. just stolen the damn things out from under them. That would have been a lot easier. Another really short duty calls.
Rogues? No one mentioned all about rogues. What in the hell do you think you're doing? I'm conducting a business transaction on behalf of the bloody executioners. Do you understand what that means? Do you know what they'll do to you? Oh, I'm all frightened. Oh, then that you're the one who's doing the shaking, eh? It don't matter much to me who you work for. Your boss has broke the code, and we're here to collect. Those would be the Silver Sorrows then, eh? I'm sure you paid a caravan a coin for them shiny bubbles, but I doubt they're worth your life. Let's have them then. Wait, damn you! You should know that the personage is an extremely influential member of the East Ardenard Trading Company. Surely you've heard of it. If the threat of reprisal will not stay your hand, then consider the political ramifications of interfering with a foreign dignitary. The Admiral would not desire you to damage Limsa's relations with Urda. Yes, exactly. I am highly placed in Urdan society. I have powerful friends who would not be pleased for you to mistreat me in any fashion. And you must understand, the Silver Sorrows are a historical treasure, a gift once bestowed upon Sultana Natasha Ul-Nasha by her champion. The earrings were later stolen from the royal vault, and we lost hope of ever recovering them. That I might so easily purchase them thus is a miracle. The return of these trinkets will be, that is to say, the Sorrows must be returned to Urda.
These trinkets? Yeah, no, I don't believe you now.
Can you not look the other way for the sake of my nation's pride? You must think me some dull-witted thug. If the deal was being weighed on behalf of your country, then why are you sneaking about and consulting with pirates? An excellent point. One might doubt your quality of character were you to continue with these feeble fabrications.
I assume this is our Yellow Jackets captain. Yep, I thought it would be.
You need only to entrust those earrings to me. Should you truly wish to see them returned to Urda, that is. After all, 'twas to fulfill that very purpose that the Thalocracy bid on the Sorrows in the first place. Bit late there, aren't you, Captain? I think you'll agree this round belongs to us. On the contrary, my dear scoundrel, I made the winning move the moment I knew we were dealing with the merchant of Urda. I come bearing an official order of seizure, authorized by the Admiral herself. You will not be harmed, but I must insist that you cooperate with this reclamation of unlawfully obtained goods. Though Costa del Sol is private property, it nevertheless lies within state-governed territory. Come along quietly, and we need not inconvenience Master Gegeruchu any further.
Well, shit, 1-1.
These suspects will be taken into Yellow Jacket custody, and do not concern yourself with the Silver Sorrows. They'll be quite safe with me.
Well, that didn't go well as planned. Where were you, Vicab? Didn't see you anywhere in that fight. Crap. Bah. The hell's to take that carry cannot hoppy. Might as well have handed the things to her on a velvet cushion.
I'll go find Underfoot and help her with this digging. There's still that last treasure out there, and you can be sure the reformers won't be giving it up without a fight.
Oh, you do that. Better luck to you, love.
Ah, there you are. You left before events had truly been decided, and I thought you deserved to know the score. The Uldan merchant has acquiesced to our request and surrendered the Silver Sorrows into our keeping. We've also apprehended the reformer's accountant and will be holding him for further questioning.
Oh, Bonin, an associate of the bloody executioners. You Yellow Jackets don't flinch from your duty, I'll give you that. And what's this I hear about you buying information, Captain? I thought you'd sooner die than associate with elements of the underworld.
I will do what I must to stay ahead in this challenge, and that Marketeer's knowledge was vital to this case. It is true I might find his practices distasteful, but he is no pirate. It is the fading era of piracy which I mean to consign to the history books, and that chapter will never be fully closed until every pirate-spawned relic, including you and your guild, becomes a thing of the past. Valiant and forthright, those are the words by which the Yellow Jackets live. It is the matter in which we protect Limsa Laminsa. I swore an oath on these graves of my sisters. No more shall the innocent suffer at the hands of these savage buccaneers, these unrepentant killers. Ah, there's a personal stake involved, huh? And a grand oath it is. Me, I've got me fumbles just full keeping the code intact. But the code is kinda oath too, when you get down to it. And since I've sworn to uphold it, I've no intention of stepping aside and letting you trample all over me and me coves. In fact, you're better off giving in now before matters get proper serious. Just say you're sorry, admit defeat, and we'll leave it at that, eh? Your audacity knows no bounds! I am done wasting words! I shall reclaim that last treasure, and then I will look on victorious as your guild is dismantled brick by brick. Sheesh. That's the spirit, Captain. Just don't forget to keep an eye on them earrings. The city's crawling with rogues, you know. You could keep the sorrows in a bloody lockbox in the coral tower, but look away for a moment and one of me covers will bite back them beauties. You wouldn't really take them from the yellow jackets. Come on, Dekumon. Back to the sisters for us. Yep. Goodness me, it's only second quest today. Someone just became a rogue for the first time. Alright, Jackie. Well, after all that hard work, the shrew made off with the spoils. And as far as that damn contest goes, I suppose that makes us even. It'll be the last treasure, this black sarcophagus, that decides the victor. Whatever the reformers are doing to keep a bob, you can bet your grandmom's teeth there'll be some blade work needed before this job is done. Get yourself ready for a proper scrap, Dekumon, because we're hitting the level 30 quests. And there are 2 of them. First up, Market for Death. I was wondering when you'd show up, Dekumon, but bucka me if you don't look ready to mill an entire crew of swords by yourself. And Benny, that's y'all, because we've finally uncovered some hard facts about that last treasure. Won't be long now before we claw the win in peace and put this daft challenge to bed. Alright, I gathered the other coves for a meeting, so let's get down to it. Alright. What we got? At long bloody last, the black sarcophagus has given up its secrets. Underfoot, you've some news for us. Oh, Jackie, I think half our troubles in wetting the truth of it lay in calling this nasty thing a treasure. The black sarcophagus ain't no dimple bobble. It's the Mark 41 Magitech mine. A bleeding prototype explosive what was bitten from an Imperial transport vessel. It's a bomb? I don't even know it ain't that big, or maybe the size of a small cargo box. I say the blast would have enough kick to incinerate a bloody behemoth. Seems the Garleans meant to stop producing them at their factory in Lenosha, then distribute the mines through a Castra Marianum. Lucky some plucky privateer got the prototype and ripped in, eh? An experimental weapon. That explains why the Thulocracy was so bleeding eager to bid at that auction, and so reluctant to share the details with us. Oh dear. Definitely don't want the executioners held in their hands on that thing. At least now we know the what, but there's still the question of the where. The curse delivered the bitten goods to the reformers, that much is certain. Whatever happened to the sarcophagus after that, though, we ain't so sure. There have been no reports of huge explosions or the like, so either the executioners still have the mine, or they peddled it to some other buyer. The reformers faction came together out of their shared hatred for the Admiral in little ways. I'm guessing they didn't cloy that bomb just to sell it. Oh shit. What is it, Lonnie?
A letter for you, Jackie. Says it's urgent.
A letter? Who's it from?
The old man. I found it while I was sorting through our daily deliveries.
The old man. Oh, the black market's here again?
Let's see now. Condathalos, I've urgent news. I've never known the old man to summon a customer. No one's seen him at his usual haunts for a while. So you reckon this time some rum morsel he's dug up just for us? Oh, it could be. Dekumon, you and me are headed to Thalos. Underfoot, for Kemp, go to take another stab at pinning down the location of that sarcophagus.
Alright. Another round with the Black Merchant. Hopefully he doesn't have any more bodyguards I have to stab. This might officially be the worst mount for this weather. Oh dear, oh dear.
Someone got to him first.
It's the damn bloody executioners. Oh, hang on, got more. Damn it. Too late. Poor guy. He didn't deserve that.
You're wasting your time, darling. We opened that scrag swinkle throat biddies ago.
Oh, hi.
You cross the bloody executions, and you get what's coming to you. Did you like our message? Wasn't sure you'd fall for it, but a little mystery goes a long way, eh?
Oh, you want a shanking too?
Oh, now don't be like that, darling. Me and your mates didn't have much choice. When the boss says go play with the rogues, then we gotta go play with the rogues. After all, we never asked you to come ruin our game, now did you? And don't give me a long-winded speech about your precious code. The Reformer's vision stretches far beyond what them tired old rules is good for. Once Captain Abshar takes command of the executioners, you give us back the teeth we lost when we submitted to the Admiral's leash. We'll be the terrors of the sea once more, free to rove and plunder in a new age of pirate glory. And I'll bathe in blood to see that age come to pass. I'll kick down your shite sneaky code, and have all your sneaky heads on the chopping block.
Like hells you will. The only sentence what being passed today is yours. Hey, Jackie.
Well, hello there, darling. Ain't you a fine-looking lad?
I've had all this prattle for. Free to pillage and plunder, is it? It all sounds grand, but you don't think of the price. That shot stinking code is the only thing what keeps you bloody coves from milling one another. Without it, without limbs to lament to call home, you'd be adrift in an ocean of quarrons. But it's so keen to keep company with the dead, I'll be sodden happy to oblige.
You was prettier with your gob shot, but I can see him out of me depth here. As much as I'd like to lop off your noggins, I'll have to be satisfied with dragging the two of you out in the wilds. Kept you well out of the way now, haven't I?
Out with you, damn.
Is it obvious? You stubborn skags is looking to swipe our new toy, and my job was to stall you. The Catman is a mind with him right now. He said to show the rest of the executioners that he's got the stones to sit in the latest chair. And what better way to do that than executing the bitch what snapped the chains on our crew?
Oh shit, they're gonna try and kill Merleweb.
He's talking the Admiral himself. You're planning to blow up the command room, ain't ya? Aye, you have me permission to panic. Of course, if you'd rather steer clear of the city, I'd be glad to keep you company right here, sweet meat.
That's not good. That's not good at all. And we're just gonna leave her here, huh?
Got this mad mold at our mercy, but she seems to be enjoying herself. I better drag her back to the guild and see what other information she'll spill. I'll meet you back in Limps as well, but your business at the foremast first. You should find Captain Malala at her post there. Forget about the sudden challenge and tell her everything we know. Unless my judgment's well off kilter, she'll do what needs to be done.
Then we'll string you up in the freaking captain's room. You know, they want to blow it up, they're gonna have to blow you up too. I'm sure they won't care, but still. There's Malala. Hope she doesn't mind me dropping in on her.
Ah, you're one of Jackie's rogues. You've come to steal the sorrows, haven't you?
Nope.
Well, you shan't have them. As you can see, they're safely clasped upon my very own... You're not here for the earrings?
No. Bigger problem. Someone's gonna try and blow up the Admiral.
The Admiral, you say? Are you sure these fiends are in possession of the sarcophagus? I must deploy more sentries at once. Do not think this voids our challenge, rogue, and you can relay as much to your impudent guildmaster. I suppose you can thank him for the warning as well.
Sheesh. Well, I've warned Malala at least.
So, the jackets are on the move. Benny, I've been listening to that adult pirate cackle since I got her back to the sisters, but she's given us not what we didn't already know. And we know more than enough. I say we rally the rogues and go after that mine before it blows up in our months.
Ah, so that's why there's 230s. So we can go right to Cloying Victory.
If the leader of the reformers, this Captain Asper, is planning on milling the Admiral with a bang, then my guess is he'll be aiming to demolish the entire command room. You know the mizzenmast, aye? The tower that holds the drowned wench and bulwark hole, the Admiral's bridge, and the command room, and right at the top of it. And you've got the district which sounds the risen mast. That's the busy beating heart of the city. Even with the threat of an attack, you can't just seal it up in the blink of an eye and call the whole thing Bob. Try to explain the danger to the culls who live and work there, and then you'd have a frightened, stampeded mob on your fambles. Hey lad, Our only option to have the eyes snitching every approach to the tower. I'll put the wind out of as many coats as I can, and spread them through the streets. Your job will be to cover the aft castle. Just wait and see, Dekumon. We'll get this Abshnia and his little bomb too.
Will we? I hope so. Okay, another duty call. This one at least you anticipate. There's always a duty calls at the end of the class quest line. Alright. We're looking for a bomb. I'm looking for a bomb. Here we go. And it's nighttime all of a sudden. That guy doesn't look too suspicious. So what's the play here?
There's Underfoot.
Where are these guys? There's the cab. Everybody's doing their darndest to keep an eye out, looking for anything untoward. That man is drunk off his ass.
Ugh, the fog picked a grand night to roll in thick. This'll make things interesting.
Oh, that's no good. And of course, little Miss Malala over here causing trouble.
Our presence on the streets is far too thin. Where are the reinforcements I ordered?
My apologies, Captain. There just aren't any more soldiers to spare. The bulk of our force has already been assigned to guard not only the Admiral, but a number of other high-ranking personnel as well.
Unacceptable! What could Commodore Rhino be thinking? There are dangerous criminals stalking the city as we speak. Call in squads on the outpost if you must, but I want to see our security tightened and the populace properly protected.
Oh, but Captain, we can't be certain the pirates' plan hasn't changed. If we consider the possibility that they've switched to a target outside the walls, it would be folly to weaken those defenses.
Give me 2 points, Sergeant. Return to your post.
Fine. Like twice your height, how do you outrank me?
Once all is lost, it is far too late to question what one should have done.
Hello?
You seem troubled, sir. Perhaps I can be of assistance?
Nope, trap!
I've been dying to meet you, Naz. Keen to set eyes on the bold yellow belly what cost our crew a fortune in Udon coin. You're an executioner! One of Abishir's men! You stray too far into a world you don't understand, lads. Your eyes fixed on the light of justice, leaving you blind in a chasm opening up at your feet.
Oh! Okay, I was not expecting Malala to die in this quest line.
At least they'll say you died with your boots on.
Here come another squad of executioners.
The yellow belly won't be bothering us no more, Captain. As for the mice, the lads have it primed in front of the winch by the time you get there.
Oh, the mine. Sorry, not mice.
Good. Not long now before we drag that bitch Admiral, the pretty tower, and all her simple incurs down to the bottom of the sea. Then I'll raise our flag on the ruins of the missing mast and lead our brethren in a return to the old ways of blood and plunder.
Captain sounds weird today.
I always sound like this.
Poor Malala. She was a pain in the ass, but she didn't deserve to get cut down in the streets like that. Oh. Saved by the drunken man?
Still not at that last bottle. Bosh, otherwise it's gonna kill me. Hey? What's that then?
She's still alive. Well, convenient considering there's no blood.
Hey, were you drunk too, miss?
No, Doctor. The commander room. They meant to bring down the entire tower. If the missing mast falls, the bridges will fall. Half the city will. Please, you must help me. The danger is far greater than we.
Oh, bloody house is alive! Oh no, 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 I ain't seen nothing, I ain't seen nothing!
Please, you must send what? Damn it. Someone must be told. The
Jackie? Yeah.
Dangnabbit. You. How did you?
Your valiant and forthright weapon. You could have heard that single pistol shot from miles away. Wasn't hard to guess what happened. Damn it.
Hang on, let me switch to one of my healing classes. I'll get you fixed up.
I poked the yellow jackets on my way over. He'll be along shortly. Benny, that means we've only one last thing to do.
We have never been allies, but I beg of you.
Come on.
You must stop them. Save the city.
Ah, lass, you know you don't need to ask. Taking down mad coves and biting back what was bitten's our job. Oh, hopefully she survives this. Let's go.
Got some executioners to take out.
Y'all set then?
Pretty, Jackie.
Always.
Yeah, Purdue. Time to clean house.
Then let's go cloy that sarcophagus and fit Aspar for a new coffin.
Alright. Defeat the reformists and prevent the explosion. Make for the mizzenmast. Oh, that's a lot of jackasses. I still technically don't have my AoE. Goodness me. There are a lot of them over there. For me to not have my AoE, that is way too many people. Stick with Jackie. Okay. Look at this. It's a whole squad of you assholes down here. Go for the frickin' ranged guys. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay, healer's down. I didn't see the healer was in there until I saw him start casting. They're all done. Ashabar's right there. Holy shit. And the executioners are in the middle of a fight too. can destroy the detonators before time runs out, huh? There's one. Oh, do I have to deal with Ashabar first? Is that the play? Because I can't do anything with that right now until he's done. At least turn his damage down. No, you don't. You don't get that off, sir. Get up. I'm not as tanky as NPCs. I can't be sitting there taking hits like that. Oh, okay. What am I supposed to do with it? Oh, I have to literally find the damn detonators, huh? Alright, well, fuck me. I shouldn't have been messing around. There's one. I didn't realize I was in deep shit here. I am in literal deep shit here. Because now you're expecting me to go around, find these things, and this is the dead fucking end. Of course it is. Son of a bitch. How many spreads? I'm gonna lose! Because I was too focused on beating the captain's ass, and I thought that was the goal, was to beat the captain down, then stop the black sarcophagus. No! No, it wasn't. I was supposed to ignore him. 30 seconds. And they don't show up on the fucking map. Come on. I'm never gonna make it. I am never gonna make it. There's one. 10 seconds, and I have no idea where the third one even is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dead. Ah! There's the detonator. Ah, I almost made it. Fine. Yeah, 90 seconds, but I'm on my last detonator. So that's all of them. Now it's time to head back to the captain. Looks like they've already chunked a good amount of health off of him. Now for the last little bit. Falling his ass. Oh, he home ganked me. Ow, that's not smart. Or he could just miss. He could just miss. There we go. I could have just actually killed him beforehand, but they were like, no, you gotta get the detonators. Ah, dicks. Well, there. Nobody's blowing up the mizzen mast on my watch. Not this time, at least. Hey! Should you be walking around, ma'am?
Status report.
The mine has been disabled, and the engineers should soon have it safely removed. Our soldiers sustained some injuries in the battle with the reformers, but none were fatal. Also, the Admiral sent sincerest gratitude for not, having the town blow up in her face.
Look, there she is. That's Captain Malala, the hero of Limsa Liminsa. Are you recovered from your wound, Captain? We heard how you very nearly lost your life in that horde of pirates from blowing up the mizzen mast. 3 cheers for the Yellow Jackets! Our city'd be lost without you. But wait, that's not how it... Sergeant, what of the rogues? Did they survive the battle?
I don't really know, Captain. All we found near the sarcophagus were reformers, either dead or strung up from the rafters.
That would be meaning we survived.
Alive then. 'Twould seem we are deeply in their debt.
Captain, might I have the silver sorrows from you now? We've been ordered to hand them over to the Commodore along with the black sarcophagus.
Oh, why of course, they're right here. Son of a bitch. The earrings! I could have sworn I was still... He wouldn't have. He stole them from me while I lay there dying? That cat! I knew he was not to be trusted! Keep an eye on them indeed. I should have known.
Well, that's funny.
Seriously, Jackie?
You couldn't resist.
Oh, are you sure about this, Jackie? We should have cloyed the sarcophagus as well. I think she's earned it, don't you? If it bothers you that much, think of it as a trade. If you ask me, they look a bit daft. No, those are girls' earrings, right? Well, I didn't ask ya. So, the jackets ended up with the boy, and we got the diamond and the earrings, which means victory belongs to the Rogues Guild. Do you think Malala will leave it at that then? I get the feeling we ain't done with her yet. Well, I'd say we're done with the challenge, but you never know when our paths will cross again. We'll just have to see what Limsa's underbelly spits up next. Oi, you said he ain't ever quiet for long, that's for sure. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, Dekumon. If you ever need a trusty pair of stabbers by your side, I'll know who to ask. I'm off as well. Bloody starving I am. Don't forget to gavel a bite while you can, Dekumon?
Too early for lunch.
We best head back to the sisters too, before the shrew decides she'd rather hear us cry cockles.
Ah, fine. Suppose we gotta sign off on the rogue.
Better work, Dekumon. We're seeing you soon.
Ah! Cute. That'd be funnier if this was actually the end of the quest and you didn't go back to the sisters. Yeah, really should have just ended the quest there, but no, they want you to come back for one last little bit.
Oh there, Dekumon. It'd be nice to finally have a bit of a rest, eh? The job never ends, but even a dimber-damber like myself needs to breathe every now and again. And your venturing mates must be wondering where you got to. That was a proper long assignment, but I'm glad you decided to see it through. You've proven to be a stalwart protector of the code, even if this ain't true to your world. When you walk back into the Lightlands, you'll have to find your own code to uphold. And when you do, you'll have the skills you learned in the shadows to help you defend it. Well, that's more than enough pirate prattle out of me. Your travels might take you far and wide, Dekumon, but know you're always welcome here with the sisters.
And with that, the rogue quest line is finally complete.
Alright, my friends, that is going to be it for today. Next time, we'll be trading in our rogue's badge for a ninja's.
If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eorzean job listings, and as always,
I'll see you in the next video.